So today's pretty interesting since not too long ago I made a video about Space Hulk. I got the third edition that I showed you guys, all the different Terminators, and I got my fourth edition and second edition that came in. So this Terminator is not from the Space Hulk second edition. It's similar, completely the same type. You see how the torso can spin, and both arms are literally just pinned in place. But this one has been glued by the previous owner. If I remember, this came from the second edition of Warhammer. And you can see how smaller they are. Do I have a... Yeah, I think I got some kind of Primaris right here. So you can see the difference. So that's a normal Space Marine. That's supposed to be a Terminator. You can see the big difference between the two suits, right? So some people call them the mini Marines, right? Or the old Marines. So, yeah, so what I'll do, it's the first time I'm going to try the Dettol on really older model. So I got a little stack of those that somebody sent me. I think it costed like 50 cents or something like that. Really, really cheap. And the paint job is like kind of weird because it looks like somebody really cared to a certain point, and after that they stopped caring. But yeah, so I'll try to clean it, try to see if I can do something with it, and I'll use that as the paint scheme for my Space Hulk second edition if I decide to go with a vintage paint scheme, or if I'll go something more modern, maybe Deathwing, Blood Angel, I don't know, Ultramarines, we'll see. So right now our focus is to see if the Dettol can actually do a good job on those really, really old model. And since the first type of plastic or resin at that time, I'm really curious to test it out with the Dettol and see the effect. So what I'll do, I'll dip it down for at least 12 hours to 24 hours again. And right now I already got, I think, a chaplain in there. But yeah, we'll just put it in and we'll see what happens. So just a quick look at the old Terminator from the second edition. It's not so bad. When you look at the gun, it's not bad. You got a bit of detail. But you can see how technology changed over time to get so many more details compared to those old plastic that seems lacking, right? Maybe that's why they started making them a lot bigger. It was easier to add details. But yeah, so we'll try that out. So we'll put it in my little cup of Dettol, and we're gonna hope it doesn't melt. I don't think it's gonna melt, but we never know. So alright, so what we'll do, we'll wait maybe a 12 hours. I'm gonna check on it. If it's not melting, I'll wait another 12 hours and do it 24 hours and redo that. Well, keep going with this video. So for you guys, gonna take 5 seconds. For me, it's gonna take a beautiful 24 hours. So see you around, guys. Okay, it's been 24 hours. And now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, that's actually the Terminator plastic from the 1990s. So that thing got over maybe 30 years. So yeah, we'll see what happened. It seems to be floating on top. Let's try it out. Up. And come on here. Okay, looks good. Not so bad right now. Really bubbly. And no problem whatsoever. Yeah, seems good. The Dettol did a good job. And it looks okay. The paint is really thick. So I guess whoever painted it, whenever they painted it, they didn't put any primer. Because just the way the paint is being removed, it's not even a gunk. It's more like a, not a plastic shell, but yeah, it's just different. Or maybe it's just the old paint. Don't know what they were made of, but Yeah. Let's clean him. You know what I'm gonna do with this one? I think I'm gonna try my paint scheme for the Blood Angel, for the Space Hulks. Because this is basically the same model as the Space Hulk second edition. I believe somebody painted that arm red, so maybe, oops, popped it from the base. There you go. It's really fun though. That's the fun part of Dettol, right? It's not melting the plastic. It's not actually. It's not damaging anything. And I don't think my brush stroke actually show up on the plastic, so the plastic stays fairly the same. But I do have little dots here and there of paint that are hard to remove, right? So right now, top of the backpack of the Terminator is really, really hard to remove. It's really weird because that black looks like a marker actually. Yeah, that's not paint. That's actually a marker, like a permanent marker. So somebody did maybe a black dot over it to identify it with a marker, and after that they painted blue. So yeah, so what will I do with that? So I got a plan. So what I'll do, we'll do a Blood Angel with him, and I'll do a base, a black base. Simple as that. Maybe use a brighter red to give it that like wine color, and hoping we can actually help out that guy and save him. So yeah, that's weird. Permanent marker. Well, if it was a kid and you just wanted to identify some groups, I guess it makes sense, right? Oops. It's really tiny though. I do understand why some people call them the mini Marines. The models are so small. So let's do a first rinse and see what happened with this. So here we are. So it's not that bad, but the inside of the arms are really hard to get because of the type of model, and they glue the arms. Usually the arms can turn on themselves. There are small pegs where the arms just slide in, but a lot of people will just glue them in, right? And not on the pegs, straight on the body itself. And we can see that marker I was talking about. But beside that, everything else seems fine. There is no damage to it. But I would need maybe to soak it again. I'm not too sure. It's really hard to get the inside there. Let's see if we can actually just do a little sideways cleanup there. Get within the arms. Because we know we're gonna paint it, so we don't need to clean it as much, but still, I prefer to have less chunk of old paint that we would see through the new paint, so I don't want that. If we rescue this one, we want something decent. know what? We'll clean the base too. So complete new story for this little guy. And there we go. So yeah, let's try to clean the top of his helmet, or the tactical dreadnought armor, or power armor. I know some people that pisses them off when we call Space Marine suits power armor, but at the same time that's true that the Terminator suit is actually a tactical dreadnought. So alright, so we'll do a small rinse, and that's going to be all for this one. So I'll find a cleaner rag. Find a bit of rag. 2 seconds. Got a better rag. Something clean. And we'll see how the final product looks like. And here we are. That's not bad. It's actually pretty decent. And the plastic looks a bit rough from the Dettol. When I look at it, the texture, maybe you can see actually, the texture of the miniature kind of changed. It's not as slick and as even as it could be. It seems to be dotted. So I see that the Dettol can do the job, but I believe for those older models, I shouldn't let it sit there for too long there, as it kind of changed the texture. Maybe with the primer, it will not look like it's been treated with chemicals, but we'll see. It's still a way to save them, so it's not so bad for now. And I'll let it dry, and we'll give it a shot for the abandoned black. Pretty sure I'm gonna paint it black, and from that black I'll try to do a blood angel with that one. That'd be neat. Maybe even use it for the board game and add an extra marine just in case something happened. So yeah, so this is it for today. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this. I will be working on this guy soon. Pretty sure I'll do a small video about him, just to see where he goes and what's happening with him. Oh yeah, hope you guys like this video, and on the next video I'm pretty sure I'm gonna finish the chaplain. I got another chaplain sinking right now at the bottom of this, drowning. So yeah, hope to see you guys around. All right.